Hello, I'm Langan Kingsley, welcoming you to another episode of A Cup of Poetry. This week, we bid farewell to summer and celebrate one of our favorite parts of it, the ocean. We're joined by Jill Newman, a copy editor at Penguin, who reads and discusses one of her favorite poems, John Masefield's Sea Fever.
My name is Jill Newman, and I'm a copy editor at Penguin Putnam. I think that there are the poems that you like as a child, like How Do You Go Up in a Swing, Up in the Air So Blue, and they all rhyme and they're all happy-making. And then there are the poems you like as an adult, and they're all about despair and hopelessness, and I fall upon the thorns of life, I bleed. But I also think that they make you think, and they make you learn something, and you're a better person for them. And that's actually what I think poetry is all about. Somehow it makes you better or wiser or a richer person. You have greater insight. They lift you up in their own particular, inexpressible, get in and get out quickly way, or maybe I should say express way. So as a kid, I liked the poems of John Masefield, and he was the poet laureate of Great Britain from 1930 until his death in 1967. And they were all about going down to the sea again. And considering that I grew up in New York City on the sidewalks of Manhattan, I guess it was clearly a case of escape or fantasy and escape. I would like to point out, however, that Sea Fever, which is probably the one that we all know best, and which was published in 1916 as part of his Saltwater Poems and Ballads, is probably one of the world's most misquoted poems. It's not, I must go down to the sea again. There's no go, and it's seas, not sea. It's sort of like Casablanca. Humphrey Bogart never said, play it again, Sam. Sea Fever. I must down to the seas again, to the lonely sea in the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick, and the wind's song, and the white sails shaking, and a gray mist on the sea's face, and a gray dawn breaking. I must down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. I must down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. When I got married, we had a sailboat, exactly the way it was mentioned in John Masefield's poem, Sea Fever. And I did, in fact, sail to Bahamas by a star at night because it was dark out and you couldn't see the compass. And what I didn't realize was that the earth was turning at the same time and that the star that I was keeping my eye on ended up in the wrong place, and so did our sailboat.
Well, it's sea fever for us, at least until Memorial Day. Here's Cup of Poetry wishing you a happy fall, and see you next time.